Thank you, sir. And speaking of not everyone knowing who I am, it's true. There isn't. I don't know if any of you, well, I have to admit this, but I actually had a huge weakness when I have the time to watch a little television because I have 4 kids and it's difficult to watch. And I have one teenage girl who's 14 and she's a huge fan of The Bachelor. Okay? You all know the show The Bachelor. And it just so happened that on Dancing with the Stars, when I was there, I happened to meet what's his name? Jake. Oh, actually not Vienna, who is the woman who grabbed Jake, or who Jake chose on this year's Bachelor, and she came up to me and she said, "Are you an actress?" And of course, clearly it proves that not everybody knows who I am. Anyway, I am so happy to be here today at the coolest place, the mecca of the internet world, Google. Google, is this the sign? What's the sign for Google? This is the sign, Google headquarters. It's like that moment when Darth Vader said, "Luke, I am your father." And everyone gasped and said, "No way. I can't believe it's happening. It's the ultimate cool to be here today." And there's free food too. I mean, you guys have free Red Bull, you have free food. I can't believe it. It's really great. So, is there a resume that I need to give you if I want to apply for a job here? Maybe I could play pool all day. I don't know. Anyway, thank you. It's a fun place to be here, and it's fun, and thank you for having me here. But more importantly, being here with you, I can finally see some of the faces behind the news and the entertainment and the information that the world has come to rely upon. And now that I see you, I want to say thank you for all that you are doing. You are fantastic. Thank you very much. Well, I know that you're anxious to have me talk about my book, that book that is called I'll Scream Later. And some of you may wonder where that title came from. Well, I have to admit that if you didn't know already, I am a recovering drug addict, and today it's been 23 years, 2 months, and 20 days. And thank you. And just after I won the Golden Globe for Best Actress in Children of a Lesser God, I checked myself into rehab at the Betty Ford Clinic, unlike today, where my entire journey would have been covered by TMZ and Perez Hilton. Back then, way back then, there was no such thing as being able to, there was no such thing as those things, so I was able to check it in secret. And while I was there, I was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress. So if you can imagine, I must be the only person to get that "Congratulations, you've been nominated" call while working on my sobriety at the Betty Ford Clinic. So anyway, when the phone call came in from Jack here, who, by the way, this is Jack Jason, my interpreter, if I didn't introduce him already. Sorry. I don't have a male voice, I just wanted to let you know that. Well, maybe after a couple of cigarettes. No, anyway, he asked me for a reaction or a statement, which wasn't going to be "staying sober." No, thank you for the nomination, but I'm staying sober, I'm keeping sober. No, I didn't want to say that. So instead, I said, "Tell them I'll scream later." And that phrase stuck with me ever since. And I think it strikes the right tone of humor and irony coming from this deaf gal, because as you'll see in my book, I may be deaf, but I'm probably one of the loudest people you'll ever meet. My good friend and mentor, Henry Winkler, put it perfectly when he told me, "If you will it, it is not a dream. For me, if you will it, it is not a dream. It's about intention." And for me, even though I was different than everyone else, I had the will and the desire to make something happen for myself. And everything else just followed. But times have changed. Though today I'm an actress and a film producer, as well as an advocate for children's and disability-related causes, and most recently a dancer on Dancing with the Stars. I hope you voted for me. Okay. I'm also a mother of 4, and as a result, I'm a cook, and a carpool driver, and a room mother, and a conflict mediator, and a closet organizer, and a pretend matchbox. Seriously, life is good. It's been 22 years since critics said that I won my Academy Award out of pity, and that I would never work in Hollywood again, simply because I was deaf. And I'm still here. The barriers that many had predicted would stop my career dead in its tracks have virtually vanished. Thanks to many working actors like me who are deaf or differently able, attitudes have changed. Now, most of the barriers I face are more humorous than they are distressing. And here are a couple of examples. Because once, when I was working on a television show with Mark Harmon called Reasonable Doubts, many of you are probably too young to even know this program was on the air. But anyway, once while working the program, an NBC executive came to visit the studio where we were shooting the show. And after watching me work for a little while, he said to the executive producer of the show, "You know that Marlee Matlin is great? She's great. Is she going to be deaf for the whole show?" It's okay. I'm over it. And once, while I was ready to appear live on CNN in front of millions of viewers, as you know CNN has, the director was counting down the seconds before we were live on air, and I was getting my makeup, my last looks, and Jack was sitting with the reporter on the other side of the camera. As we were counting down with just 3 seconds, she leaned over to Jack and said, "Could you tell Marlee that my dog is deaf, just like her?" And suddenly I was live on television, and I'm thinking, what does she want me to do? Does she want to throw me a bone? Does she want me to say woof? I don't know. Okay. And this thing doesn't only happen in Hollywood. It happened to me a couple of times. I don't know about you, to those people who are deaf. But I'm on a plane, ready for the plane to take off. I'm set, and the seatbelt goes on, and Jack and I are signing to each other. The flight attendant comes over, sees me signing, waves, gives me a menu. As soon as she sees me signing, she grabs the menu out of my hand, goes to the galley, and returns back with the new menu in Braille.
You had that right.
Actually, they have to think about it for a moment, too. She's like, "Yes, so what's wrong? What, don't you need the Braille?" And I'm like, "No, I'm deaf, not blind."
Oh, what's that?
What's up in there?